There is something about trees. I'm Tony Green, Managing Partner here at the Pinehills. From childhood tree climbing to just understanding the way in which trees change one's perception of the world. There's time in them. They have a sense of making you rooted. And they do that because you know that if that tree is 60 feet tall, it's been here for a while. It's a way of making it so that you've brought that piece of nature that much closer to your daily life. And here, particularly where it's mostly pine, you can literally smell it. It's both visual and tactile and all of your senses in some ways that change your perception of the world. And I think we're hardwired for some of that connection. We are looking at a view from the Summerhouse. There are 43 homes that you could hit a golf ball at from this location, but if you look over your left shoulder, you can sort of pick out one or two of them, and that's pretty much all you can see. It's trees. Our process is to walk the land and see what nature has provided, and then to look for those views and to imagine a variety of different futures.
My first day here was dirt roads and a few gates and lots of woods, lots of wildlife. I'm Ken Moore, construction manager at the Pinehills. One of the unique things about the Pinehills, early on, we basically built roads completely opposite of how people do it. We would walk the woods, we would flag something, we would move it around to save features or trees or topo, and then once everybody was satisfied with where we were, then we'd go cut the trees, we'd rough in the roadway, and then we would call the engineers in to design it, which is totally opposite of how anybody does it.
And literally, we are siting a house in the woods, and we figure out where the houses go, and then we say to our engineering team, okay, how do we get a road here? It's the last thing that we do. In the rest of the world, it's the first thing that they do because that's what allows them to build a house. By building on only 30%, that means we have 70% of the land to look at. We get to put houses where nature is telling us, where the land is telling us they belong, and the road becomes what it used to be, which is just a means of access. Part of our goal, in addition to trying to bring nature into the individual and private part of one's life, is to create a public life. And the trails, and there are 10 miles of them here, are sort of the symbol of how to connect that private life to the public life by taking advantage of what nature has offered us. Homeowners have great views of woods, water, horizon, even the ocean, or a pond, or golf, but not of another house. Our theory was that we were trying to figure out how we could both provide privacy and community and do so in a way that disturbed much less, because our take was that people really didn't want all that maintenance and effort, but they did want the idea of being able to have a cup of coffee in their pajamas on their deck and have the view that we have right here. And nobody looking at you, so you could actually be in your pajamas.